Hi, this is Mark Mikelat, and I want you to sell more of your professional consulting services. So in this short video, I'm going to give you a tip. Hang on for better success selling your consulting services. You need to truly invest in staff training. You are a rock star. You are awesome. You are extraordinary. But you know what? A lot of people don't know about you. Even, I've been involved in the National Speakers Association for a number of years, and people refer to themselves as gurus, experts, whatever. And you look at their website, you look at their blog, and you just scratch your head. Well, I know this industry, I know this vertical, and I've been to conferences, and I didn't know you were an expert. So they may be an expert, but you know what? I still don't know about them. So my point is that not everybody in the world knows about you. And you need to allow and enable your staff to share your expertise with the world. A lot of times, people in my network, these experts, they will bring on virtual assistants, so they will bring on part-time staff, or they will bring in virtual assistants or interns to field the phone calls, to make appointments. And I appreciate that creativity, but I don't know. I mean, if you've got 20 years of leadership development consulting experience and you bring in a minimum wage intern to cold call and sell your services, is that the best of investment of your time and energy? I don't know. It could be, but you need to train these people. They need to know and understand who you are. They need to know and understand your value proposition. They need to know who the target market is. They need to be familiar with the objections. They need to be able to know what your cash cows are, what your upsell strategy should be. You need to invest a little bit of time and energy training your staff. And I've seen so many examples of clients. I've actually been in their environment and they've berated their staff for not doing this, not saying that. And I asked, did you have a training process? Well, no, they should just know. No, how should they just know? They're just going to know from the air that you want to upsell this? That's in your head. Get it out of your head and train your staff. They need to know what's going on. I just did a training a couple of months ago for, I'm going to say there were 30 well-qualified, just dedicated, authentic, genuine managers at an international corporation, and they were just so frustrated that executive management was not telling them what they needed to know. And executive management was really frustrated that these managers didn't know what was going on. And these middle managers said, they're not telling us. You need to train your staff. If you don't train your staff effectively, they cannot be effective. That's kind of it. If someone is reading your mind, or you need somebody to read your mind, you need to take a step back and say, hey, wait a minute. I didn't hire mind readers. I hired admin assistants. I hired admin assistants that need to be effectively trained to sell my consulting services. I hired an outbound sales staff to sell my consulting services. They need to be trained on how to sell. If you see the value, if you appreciate what I'm saying here but don't know how to do it, that's okay. That's where I come in. I can help you help your staff. I've been giving leadership development, I've been giving staff trainings for a number of years under Building Aspirations. We give all of our staff with a little bit of motivational spice to everything. That's why we called it Building Aspirations. We will help you help the people in your company sell more, connect more effectively with the customers, determine and implement what the upsell strategy should be, what the downsell strategy should be, how to set appointments, how to fill the funnel, whatever makes sense for you and your company. You need to be the consultant. I can help take work off of your plates and help your staff help you. To learn more about how I can do this, schedule a phone consultation with me. Call me up. We'll have a one-on-one consultation. I'll talk to you to learn about you. I don't want to direct you to a website. I could direct you to a landing page, but you know what? For this specific offering, because of the high value and the customized nature of this, I'm going to direct you to an appointment with me. A half-hour, no consultation, one-on-one consultation with me. Just go to buildingaspirations.com/appointment. That's buildingaspirations.com/appointment to schedule a no-cost phone consultation with me for 30 minutes. You're awesome, you're extraordinary, but let's not have that be a secret. Let's have your staff know so they can tell other people about how awesome you are as a professional consultant. Thanks for listening. This has been Mark Mikelat from Building Aspirations. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Mark Mikelat from Building Aspirations, and I want you to sell more of your consulting services, and in just this short video, I'll explain how to do that. Training. You need sales training. You know, think about everything in your life. I tell my clients, there is nothing that you know how to do. I'm going to let that sink in for just a moment. There's nothing in your life that you know how to do. Everything in your life you learned how to do. Maybe, I'm not a physician, maybe you knew how to breathe. I'm not sure, okay, maybe you can get me on a technicality here. But you get the point. You probably drove a car today, but you did not know how to drive a car. You learned how to drive a car. And you know what? Find your mom or your dad or your grandparents or anybody who taught you how to drive a car, and they will tell you about their near-death experience. You did not know how to drive a car. You learned how to drive a car. So it's entirely possible that you don't know how to sell your professional services. You know that you're an expert. You know that you have solutions to share. You know that you can help people. You might not know how to sell that. That's a totally different skill set. I can help you with that. I can help you with training, sales training to help you sell your professional services. Because it's so different than what we know and understand as consumers. You probably bought some stuff today, or you're going to buy some stuff tomorrow, and whether it's a cup of coffee at Starbucks, whether it's a book online, an MP3 download, whatever, there's a process that you're familiar with and you're comfortable with that. So what a lot of times clients do is they take this consumer comfort and they try to overlay that into selling their professional services. Well, you do not sell tangible objects and professional services in the same way. It is a totally different methodology. And if you try to implement a services selling strategy from your consumer experience, you will have great difficulty, and you know what? You're going to fail because you just simply do not know what to do. When you're selling intangibles, when you're selling expertise, when you're selling an abstract product, what you're selling, you're consulting, it's a totally different process. I've been doing it for a number of years successfully. I can help you in my coaching program to sell yours as well. Back in the day, in the 90s, I worked as a consultant and I did pre-sales and sales consulting and went on sales calls to sell these large consulting services to corporations. I did it in IT consulting, I did it in management consulting. Now I do it for myself and I teach my clients how to do it. So if you are a rock star, if you have great professional services but do not know how to sell them, no worries. Be an expert in your area of expertise and connect with me to help sell your expertise. Now, to learn more about how I can help you, just go to the link in the box below this video. Just go to the link in the box below this video, or go directly to buildingaspirations.com/workwithmark. That's buildingaspirations.com/workwithmark. Or, you know what, if you just want to spend a little bit of time on the phone with me, you can go directly to buildingaspirations.com/appointment. That's buildingaspirations.com/appointment. Go online to my online calendar and you can schedule a 30-minute phone consultation with me. No cost, no obligation, and I'll learn specifically about what your training needs are and figure out how I can help you. This is Mark Mikelat from Building Aspirations, and I want to help you sell more of your professional services. Thanks for listening.